Hello again everybody, I've got another new web template here today, and this one's going to allow you to trigger the CSS effect that I discussed in a previous video. It was a background pulse that just changed the colour of the background over time as you were on the web page. And I got requests saying that they prefer one where the background would change as you scrolled. Now I did look into this quite a bit. I was looking for a way to change the background colour as you scrolled, as in as you went down a colour would correspond to a different section of the page. But that is a slightly more complicated effect that I hadn't really figured out how to do by the time I wanted to make this video. So this one's just going to be simply allows the background to change colour as you're moving. It doesn't go to the same colours at the same spots, but it does change colour as you move, which is pretty cool. And it's obviously very, very simple and easy to implement into your site. So if you've already got the old animation pulse set up on your website, then this is simply adding this effect, this small section of JavaScript into your website. All it is I'll walk you through the code if I can put this side by side. This bit of code here, it sets the animation play state to running whenever you scroll. So basically all it does is it turns on the animation, says it's time to start changing colors every time you scroll. This is a small bit of jQuery here in order to find out when you've stopped scrolling. And obviously there's no built-in way in jQuery to tell when you've stopped scrolling, so we've had to improvise a bit and write our own code here. And this is saying once this scroll end has happened, once this scroll end function has completed and we have stopped moving, time to stop the animation. And this little number here, this is wrapped in a set timeout here. This is how responsive, I suppose, you want the background change to be. 300 milliseconds is my sweet spot because then it sort of feels a bit more fluid when you stop, and it still has a bit of buffer time for the animation to change once you've stopped moving, but you can make that as short as you want. You can make it 100 milliseconds if you want a very snappy experience. So if we do that, as you can see, the background stops changing immediately when you stop moving. It's a much snappier feel. But you can change that to whatever value you like. I'll keep it at 300 because I think that's the best one for us. So aside from the JavaScript, there's nothing else that's new. The background pulse effect is exactly the same. The animation play state is initially set to paused. That's one thing you'll need to include if you want the animation to be paused when nothing's moving. And that's it. I hope that's helped you get a cool background pulse effect on your website. And if you want to implement this, as usual, the downloads are in the description and you can copy this for your website. No questions asked. And I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time at Twisted Core.